Are you interested in sleep stages? In this video, we will look at some of those misconceptions, the real truth, and the practicalities of getting good quality sleep at night based on some of the sleep stages that you might have heard about. Hi there, my name is Beatrix Schmidt from the sleepdeepmethod.com. As a sleep coach and speaker, I talk about insomnia, sleep-related problems a lot, either with individuals or for corporations who want to help their employees improve their sleep. So this channel is all about giving you practicalities on improving your sleep, improving your energy levels, so you can get that great night's sleep that we all deserve and want to achieve every single night. So hit the subscribe button below and come back each week when I share yet another video on these topics so that you can improve your sleep. When it comes to sleep stages across your night sleep, a lot of the times I speak to professionals about those misconceptions they might have read or heard from articles on the internet and so on. So let's look at those sleep stages in this video and maybe clear up some of those misconceptions that you might be concerned about or perhaps even worried about when it comes to your sleep. I would invite you to not get too hung up on about the distribution of sleep stages that you get overnight, especially if you're one of those people who use a sleep tracking app or some sort of a device that will sort of tell you what kind of sleep stages you go through across your entire night. And this is something that I see a lot when people develop sleep problems and they start to over monitor their sleep or overanalyze the distribution of those sleep stages across their entire night's sleep. The first thing I want to start with when it comes to sleep stages is the real truth, and the fact is that currently you're probably not able to control exactly the sequence of sleep stages you go through and in what proportion you go through them during your night's sleep. And I think this is one of the things that I actually get asked quite often is how can you ensure and guarantee that you're getting enough REM sleep, you're getting enough different sleep stages so that this quality of the sleep that you experience overnight is guaranteed. And I think a lot of the times these questions come from our drive to want to optimize our sleep so that we can function at our absolute optimum during the day. And it's completely understandable. But one of the things I see with this is a lot of professionals are starting to actually really dissect sleep too much. And currently, as much as I'm aware of, there is nobody who can truly train you to get X amount of sleep stage, X amount of REM sleep, because your body goes through this over the night naturally. And again, the other thing here is every single person, the combination of their sleep stages will be different based on a lot of different physical, emotional, and all sorts of different factors. So I think we need to relax a little bit more about dissecting the exact sleep stages that we go through each night and focus on waking up with energy in the morning after a good night's sleep. The second part I wanted to discuss when it comes to sleep stages is instead of dissecting the information you might get from a sleep tracking device, really shifting your focus to achieving quality sleep and not worrying about the distribution of sleep stages. And I have done a video a couple of weeks ago about this topic, about how to define quality sleep. So go check that out if you're interested in defining or your ability to be able to define quality sleep. So when it comes to sleep stages, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, every single person has a different set and pattern of sleep stages based on various different factors that impact our sleep in general. So just because one person does not have a huge amount of REM sleep, it does not mean that their quality of sleep is not high. And equally, just because somebody has quite a good amount of REM sleep, it might not mean that they have good quality sleep. So I think it's really important for us to dissect these two different definitions of of really understanding the quality of your sleep and understanding it differently. And this is again something that I'm super curious about, because if you remember, sleep is only studied and much more studied and researched recently. So even 50, 60 years ago, we weren't aware of so many of those sleep stages that today we talk about. So just relax a little bit more about it and focus on getting quality sleep based on practicalities, rather than truly dissecting all the different sleep stages that you might experience overnight. The last part I wanted to talk about when it comes to sleep stages is really inviting you to focus on quality sleep more, and the practicalities of what that quality sleep means and how you can make sure it happens every single night. Because again, a lot of these sciencey parts of the distribution of sleep stages, what happens with professionals that I come across with who have struggled with insomnia or sleep problems is that they actually dissecting this information so much, but they're not in charge of the practicalities of it. And when I can get clients to actually stop over monitoring their sleep, stop over dissecting their sleep, they can really truly focus on the practicalities of making sure that they're able to switch off easily and drift off to sleep, sleep through the night without interruptions, properly wake up both mentally and physically in the morning. And the last part is being able to maintain energy levels during the day consistently. And this is what I would call the practicalities of quality sleep. And when you can actually achieve those, the distribution of sleep stages won't matter as much. And the only exception here is if you actually have a sleep disorder. Because within some of the sleep disorders, what you see, and if you see that if you have a proper sleep assessment rather than potentially an app that tracks your sleep, is that scientifically you can pinpoint those parts of sleep that might not be happening properly. But again, what I would like to stress here is you do need to have assessed through a sleep clinic to really truly understand this distribution of sleep stages and what disorders might be happening because you're not having some of those sleep stages. Other than that, if you are struggling with more insomnia type sleep problems, I would suggest that you really truly look at the practicalities of those skills around sleep that you want to develop, so that you can guarantee that switching off process. You can make sure that you sleep through the night without disruptions and wake up both mentally and physically in the morning. If you're more curious about the sleep stages that I mentioned at the beginning, what I have done is we have actually compiled the sleep stages within a blog article that's actually going to be going alongside with this video. So what you can do is you can find the link below this video and come over to the blog, thesleepdeepmethod.com, and you'll be able to find the different sleep stages and their descriptions on the website. So come on over and of course comment with any of the questions that you have about sleep stages, or any of the practicalities that you found when you looked at your sleep stages as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share it with a friend or a family member that is curious about sleep and sleep stages, but maybe feels a little bit lost about what advice they should follow. Because in this video, we talked about some of those practicalities that I talk with my clients who struggle with their sleep. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in next week's video to continue helping you to overcome some of the sleep problems and really get that great quality sleep that we all want to achieve. So see you next week.